Hello, everybody. Some of you guys may know me as Zerduku or Torch 13. Um, and I'm here visiting my old YouTube channels, and I'm here to talk about them. But I want to first get the elephant out in the room out of the way. The part of the reason why I'm doing this video. It's sorry, guys. This is harder than I thought it would be. Um, okay, I managed to get some of myself together a little bit. I know you hear some rumbling in the background, but that's a combination of my fan and people mowing the lawns. I had no control over it. And that's what's distracting me and making it hard for me to continue my train of thought. But still, I must push forward. Um, I've come to realize. I know I've said this a million times in my Zerdugo updates in the past with my different YouTube channels. But my loneliness has is now reaching a peak situation where I don't know how long I'll be around. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. It, it it's the whole thing of like, even if I do, I stopped writing because I not only that I've gotten upset with people, but I'm also because of like people keep abandoning me and the not having the right tools. I did manage to start, in the process of trying to get myself back together. But I posted like a few art things on my Facebook and Discord, and nobody replied. And it sat there for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, and I would have figured that somebody would at least say something. You guys can't take a little bit out of your busy fucking schedules just for a thumbs up or whatever. Why is I really hate pride. I really do. People care too much about themselves and don't give a damn about other people. It's so stupid, and it leaves people like me and probably some other people out there who suffer from depression uh to feel not wanted, or whatever, like feel like your existence doesn't really matter. And I feel like that's the reason why a lot of men jumped ship, because it's kind of like, what's the point of being in this world if you can't make anything good out of it? And that's the issue. You can't make anything new. All you can do is just live, and living isn't really living, uh, because eventually, if you just lounge around and do nothing for a while, or just do a bunch of random shit, like even just sitting around playing video games, watching TV, even if you go outside and touch grass, which is the stupidest thing that people tell you to do, because it doesn't help. Because I've done that already, and it doesn't help. Of course, it doesn't help. I hate it when people tell you just go outside and touch grass. It's so stupid. I feel like that's what's part of the thing that makes people want to dump ship, because people are so fucking retarded. They don't get it. We want you to react. We want people to talk. We want people to say something. We don't want people to ghost people, but that's what's happening. People are ghosting each other because people don't give a shit about other people. And that's the conclusion. I know that some people have this argument saying, "Oh, I'm just busy. I'm busy doing my own thing." Da, 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 da." You can't take a few seconds out of your busy schedule just to say, "Hey, I'm busy. I'm doing this. This is why I haven't talked to you, and this is why I'm not reacting to your thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll give you a thumbs up here, and I'll reply to it later. I'll do a full reply to it later." You know, just tell people that you're busy, but people can't even do that. People can't be honest. People can't be, things like that. You know, people just can't connect to each other. But I decided that because that I'm not too sure how things are gonna go from here on in, I'm just gonna look back. I decided to look back at some of my videos. Guys, the issue is what I'm dealing with right now. What I'm thinking in my head right now is that, I was going to talk about why I was doing YouTube, but I just realized how pointless that is. Like, s- never mind the whole thing of no one's going to watch this video or comment on it. It's also like, I feel like it's more important to talk about what I'm feeling versus, the things that I've done. Although I could talk a little bit about it because it is about that in a way. Although doing my YouTube videos for my let's plays and stuff like that, that stuff doesn't really matter very much. That was just for like uh you know s- recording my progress on me beating games and like a combination of that and something else. I had a brain fart. I can't think of what. I know there was another reason. Oh, it's to give me something to do, more or less. You know, uh, just to give me something to do. My real goal was to learn and understand, recording, and I have learned to do that. As you guys can tell, I am recording, and I can do things with that, but I just can't really edit, of course, because that's an entirely different skill, and no one wants to teach me, no one wants to help me, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't care that much about editing. Although it would be cool if, with my writing my books, that I actually, can like send them to like someone who can do like 3D animation and make, animated like videos of my stories. That would be cool. Although to be honest, I don't expect that because that would be too much to ask for anybody to do for free because I don't make any money off of anything, not even my YouTube videos, because I don't really care that much about money as much as I care about, a little bit of fame, because I would like to at least have some friends, to talk to, someone to talk to about the work I do, because it drives me nuts when I have no one to talk to about things that I did and stuff. And now that I think about it, even when I do actually talk to people, all they want to talk about is about drama shit that I don't give a shit about. But, now that I think about it, I think the reason why now drama shit is becoming even more blatant is because of like there's a lot of bad stuff happening, and there's a lot of like, black people being racist against white people, and there's a lot of like, um, Trump being an idiot and murdering innocent people with ICE, even though that's not really that's a little bit in the past, but that still stands because no one was held accountable for that. And then there's the gay and lesbian thing, which is really getting has gotten so much worse. and it keeps getting worse and worse. It feels like the end times almost. It really does. Which honestly, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm not a believer in God. I really am not. Honestly, I'm the kind of person who wants to see the evidence of things versus being, like, just, believing things on bullshit faith. Because let's face it, faith is bullshit. Because you can't just believe in something that you don't know if it's fact. Because I don't, because that's borderline schizophrenia in a way, if you think about it. Surprisingly, I do have like 40 minutes, so how about I do talk a little bit about my recordings? I've actually looked up, and then it turns out, I guess it depends. Wait a minute, I'll look at something real quick. No. Wait a minute. Huh. Looks like I didn't even have it up in the first place. Yiddy dum 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 dum. Who the fuck is Apple Maple Flip? Well, it turns out that if you, I looked back and I realized that depending on if you're talking about my Explosives Entertainment, apparently I started with that way back in 2019, which was, I'm trying to scroll down my Explosives Entertainment and see where it started. I remember, yeah, I remember doing the math, and it was, yeah, 2019, but I don't know how many years ago that was. It's 2026 now. Yeah, I did so many videos for Explosives Entertainment because it went on for so long, and it started because if I remember correctly, it was Michael 11 or whatever it was, who inspired me to do videos and showed me how to use OBS Studios. Actually, I started doing the way I used to record it, which is I would aim my cell phone at my television and I'd play games on my consoles that I had, which was, I used to have an Xbox 360 and I used to have a PlayStation 2. And I had a GameCube, I believe, and that wasn't really all that functional, to be honest. Um, but I think I just did Let's Plays on my PlayStation 2, and yeah, I think it was just my PlayStation 2. I don't think I used my Xbox 360 for 7 years. 7 fucking years ago. God, am I old. Um, but actually, in real life, but in reality, Explosives Entertainment was not my first YouTube channel. My first YouTube channel was just called Zerduku Milfit, or Malevolent is actually what I call it. Zerduku Malevolent. Which I used, apparently, I used an action figure. I should have bring my, you know what? I'm gonna pause the video because I want to show you. All right, guys, I'm back. Um, yeah, there's this figure here, the was a letterhead from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I would use because I never really, back then I was afraid of recording my face because, dude, look at me, I'm ugly as hell and I still am to this day. But I actually did some practicing back in those days. Did some practicing a little bit and just got used to recording myself. And I also use this malevolent action figure as well. Uh, I used both of those for my early videos because I thought I was too ugly to show on camera, but I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm much rather just show myself and just do it, and so I can just get used to doing regular recording stuff because you can't do facial expressions with action figures, obviously, and I want to do facial reactions when I play video games or do reactions, even reactions to my own books. And when I did, actually, it started with back in the Explosives Entertainment days, after I was okay, let's go back to the beginning, the very beginning, with my regular Sudoku level. I was just recording it just to give myself something to do. This was a little bit after I graduated from high school, and I was a little bit into Death Battle back then, and I was just doing it just to give me something to do because I had nothing to do. And when I eventually got my own place, I started running into issues with my own cell phone, which was that it would overheat constantly, and I was having a hard time recording on it. It was glitching out too much. So I got rid of that old cell phone, which I could not get back into my old YouTube account. So I had to make a new one from scratch. So that gave birth to Explosives Entertainment. But actually, before a little more context, like I said, with Michael 4011's the one who got me into it, because at the time I don't think I was planning to. I think I was more focused on wanting to do writing, which was very difficult at the time because I couldn't get myself together to actually complete what it is that I needed to do in order to write. So I had to do something in between time to, work on it. And so what I did is I started doing like these little let's plays, and eventually in time, not only did I went from aiming my cell phone at my TV screen to play video games with my consoles. Eventually, Michael 4011 showed me how to use OBS, and that's how I started recording games, let's plays on my PC. Looks like the first thing I recorded was Puppet Master, but I could have sworn I did Unreal Tournament first, but I guess I didn't. I guess I did Puppet Master first. Huh, how about that? Uh, yeah, that would make sense because I probably wanted to record me and Michael having fun because that would make sense. Oh, and I also showed how Dragon Program works, which was the first writing program I used. God damn it, I'm down to 34 minutes. Um, so yeah, I showed people how I did that, and at some point, I think I did start doing. Oh, I did. Okay, eventually I did do. Yeah, I knew I did Unreal Tournament. Oh, and there it is. Yeah, I decided to do. So my first book that I had written was the Adventures of Sam Drake series, and at the beginning I started with 4 episodes, and I had my sister do reactions for those videos back in those days, but there was a problem eventually I ran into, and that problem was that the YouTube videos were clashing with my book videos, so I decided to make Zap Entertainment. But I think that was far later. But I also kind of noticed that I did a Has-Been Hotel reaction, and I remember that because I tried to shoot my facial expressions in the dark, which did not work very well because I thought the glow from my headphones that I had at the time would actually light up my face. Didn't work. That was failure on my part. If anything I could say about my YouTube videos and what they're really about is me evolving and learning how to record things better. I would, run into things like sound errors, video errors, certain recording tricks that I learned over time. And I feel like that's one of the great things about my YouTube channel as a whole. And yes, it's bulky and full of a bunch of things that I've done over and over again a lot, or me just like making progress on a certain let's play. But I want to check out my yeah. So my first Zap Entertainment book was Captain Pirate Kid, and that's when I started getting more serious about my stories of writing them. I know my first horror story I written was on Explosive Entertainment, which was Vengeful Spirit. And but it looks like, and my second one I know was the Party series, which was the first title chapter was the Halloween Mask. Yeah, and also these books are so far apart in terms of years, and that's because they took so long to write. Eventually though, my sister got a job and she couldn't do my books anymore, so Gun Kid had to take over. And what happened to him? Well, he gave up. He abandoned me. Just like a lot of people. A lot of people abandoned me. People who used to edit my videos that completely abandoned me, and people who did reactions for my books abandoned me. I'm all by myself now. I have no friends, very little family members who give a shit about me. So I have literally nothing. So this is why I'm going back looking at my olden years of how I I got I was how I got from A to B basically. This really sucks. Man, like when I written the Music Girl episode that caused Gun Kid to give up, I feel like if I continued on, I would have been, one of those people trying to fight for normacy. Because right now there's a lot of schizophrenic, delusional idiots out there who are making the world worse and worse. And I feel like my books is like would have been something that would have like helped make some changes because my stories started to become more and more about the idea of humility versus pride. And the idea that pride makes you only care about yourself over time, that it slowly makes you, into a malevolent human being. And the idea that humility and understanding other people is the cure for that. Learning to understand others. And yes, my my books can be a little bit sexual, and yes, they do involve children sometimes, but honestly I don't really see the characters as, and especially even the main characters that are quote unquote children, I don't really see them as children, because what I see them as when I look at the characters that I created, what I see is a metaphor for human society. We are all children. We are all ignorant children who are trying to learn and understand the world around us without guidance. Because, like I said before, I'm not a believer in God, so that means that there is no God and there's no like father figure, no father to actually help us learn. Some of us, now, obviously, we do have parents, but here's the thing that we need to understand: our parents are just as much children as their children. And the reason for that is they don't know everything. There are things that children must learn on their own without guidance because their parents are also ignorant. And even as adults, we're all ignorant to things that we do not understand because we haven't learned it yet. And that's why my kid characters act like adults, because they're a metaphor for human society, and that's the way it's been, and people didn't understand that for some reason. They were too fixated on the what was on paper. But the thing is, paper is just paper at the end of the day. Just because you write something down doesn't make it true. You know, And eventually I gave up on writing, quote unquote, and started doing reactions for Shoe Hunt videos for Zap Entertainment. But also, guys, I still do Let's Plays even to this day. I just don't do it on the same YouTube channel. And I'll put a link in the description below, but I guarantee nobody is watching this video and nobody gives a damn. So it really doesn't matter. I guess I'm just recording this because I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen next. I feel almost like an end is coming. And I don't know what's going to happen. I just don't. And I'm going to leave it at that because what else can I say? Nothing. There's nothing else I can really say because it's kind of like, I did all this hard work and people are not paying attention. No one gives a shit. People just walk away and pretend that I don't exist. And that's been happening for I don't know, for a long time. I've actually looked back on some of my updates and I realized that this has gone on for so long. And because of my, memory, I keep thinking that this is a new thing, but it's not. It's been going on for a while. People like to abandon me and pretend that I don't exist. And it keeps going and going. It keeps happening and happening. And the reason why I keep forgetting is because I think I just get lost in my own ideas and stuff that I forget that something's been happening. And then when I realize it, you know, basically at this point, I'm becoming very, very self aware on like what's happening to things around me. And the more self aware, the more depressed I get because I realize just how bleak things are. And it's pretty bad. Now, some of you may be asking, why did you go from Zapper go from Explosive Entertainment to Torch 13, and then eventually to Zerduku Gaming Entertainment YouTube channels? Well, first with my Let's Plays, my Explosive Entertainment, I I switched computers and I lost all of my memory to my emulators that I was using for my Let's Plays. So I had to restart from scratch. And I'm just like, I can't just uh restart from scratch with the same, stream of Let's Plays that I did. I'm gonna have to like make a new one. So that's what I did. I made Torch 13. Torch 13, I think, is one of my better Let's Plays. I think they're a little bit better than Explosive Entertainment. Although Explosive Entertainment does have some good ones, but I like some of the ones Torch 13. Then I lost there was a situation where I lost the footage to um, Majora's Mask. What happened was I forgot the resolution size for N64 emulator, and as a result, the videos were corrupted, and I couldn't upload them. And yes, I have uploaded bad footage videos in the past, but these were 5 videos where you got mostly black screen, and the only thing you can hear is the game audio and my voice. You can see the game on the far left, and it's like this tiny little square that you can barely see, and my face is on the other side of the screen because the resolution was set to normal, and the resolution size for N64 is very small. So if you don't make a resolution size that's the right way, OBS Studio glitches out, unfortunately, in terms of video quality. So those videos were uh not watchable, which is a shame because what happened in that footage was that I was so retarded that I couldn't remember how to do certain things, and it was wasting so much time. Because keep in mind, in Majora's Mask, you only have a certain amount of time before the moon kills everybody. So after I started to learn how to do things, I actually had to look up. I think I had to look up like a walkthrough a couple of times, and then I learned how to get through it. Which so basically I had to cheat a little bit, but what I did not cheat on is when I got to the final boss, um, with no walkthrough on how to beat him. I beat him with only 2 minutes left before the moon kills everybody. That was impressive, and it was a shame that I had to delete that footage, and it's gone. It's deleted. It's erased. I even emptied out my trash bin. It's gone forever. No one's ever going to see that footage, and of course, you couldn't really see anything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Because that footage was corrupted to begin with. So when I realized, oops, well, I'm gonna have to start in the middle where I started, and I can't just restart the game. So gonna have to make a new YouTube channel. But I also realized that no one was really watching my videos, and I also felt like it would be better to give myself a non time limit. So I decided to do a live stream YouTube server called Zerduku Torch 13. Yeah, it's called, yeah. Hang on a minute. Let me see what it's actually called. Zerduku Torch 13 Gaming Entertainment. That's what it's called. And I started doing. Is it really called that? I know it's called that. Is that what it's called? Because that's the wrong one. Oh, Zerduku Live Gaming Entertainment. Yeah, started doing that one. And I'll send a link for this particular one down in the description below because I still make YouTube videos on this. Now, I've been doing some regular videos on that particular one, the Zertuku Live Gaming Entertainment, because of, well, during the weeks I kind of can't do live streams, especially today is today Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday. I'm almost certain today. Yeah, today's Tuesday. So on days like that's in the middle of the week, I can't do live streams because of like the possibility of people interrupting my live streams, and I can't pause, my live stream videos. So, I do them on the weekends usually. But last weekend I didn't do a live stream because I've been dealing with so much depression. I just wasn't in the mood to do a video. Even today, it was very difficult for me to do a video. As you know, I paused like 3 or 4 times, and that's because my I just get so lost in my head that I'm not capable of like doing a regular video because I just get so quiet. And have you guys ever watched the Amazing Digital Circus? I start to feel like, well, if you have, there's a thing where it's called abstractions. I feel like that's what's happening in me. I just feel like I get kind of like abstracted in my head where I can't focus on anything because my head starts spinning around out of control. Uh, and when my thoughts start going, I can't really stop the wheel very well from like rolling away. And that's pretty much where I'm at with my videos in terms of like I'm just doing live streams on my Zertuku Live Gaming Entertainment, and I am every now and then I do a reaction video on my Zap Entertainment of Shoe on Head, which that's not supposed to be a thing, and I'm not going to do too many Shoe on Head reactions on Zap Entertainment. I'm going to stop those eventually, But I do have a few more videos of Shoenhead I would like to react to. It's just a matter of, wanting to do them again. Getting in the right mood to actually be able to react to those again. I probably might do some tomorrow if I'm in the mood. Either that or I might do them today. It depends. But I do want to go back to writing only because I feel like with my books that they might actually, if people actually read them, maybe it might make a difference. But here's the problem: people are not paying attention to my artwork anymore. No one gives a shit about my artwork. I literally posted like a bunch of like, I don't know how many of those did I posted like 3 different artwork on my Discord, and I actually even sent those some of those pictures that I drew. By the way, I drew them on Paint Program by hand, and I posted them on Facebook and my Discord server. Nobody, absolutely nobody commented or reacted. They didn't even send a thumbs up, and those things have been sitting there for about anywhere between 4 to 6 days. I don't know when I posted these. There's a date on here, but I'm not very good. 6/28/2026. 1:15 p.m. Oh, yeah, I did those at night. Uh, but yeah, they've been sitting there for a few days, and before that, I did another 3 pictures, which were for the Adventures of Battle Quest. I did some redesigns of some of the monster ideas that I had, and before that, I did another design that no one reacted to, which was a static bug design, and also I did a redesign of Zerduku, the character that I named myself after for my YouTube channel. Yet again, nobody commented. The one after that, which was a ghostly design I did for a mouse design. People did react to that on Facebook, but not on Discord. But I think so. What I'm trying to say to you guys is, you guys don't give a shit about me. So I don't know. I feel like you guys are pushing me closer. You guys like non-reaction is pushing me closer and closer to like an empty void. And if it goes any further, like, I don't know. I think what's gonna happen is that I won't be doing anything anymore. I won't be around anymore. Basically, you guys are killing me. And I kind of don't like it just because I wanted to make a difference with my artwork, but I can't make a difference if you guys don't respond. If you guys don't comment on my YouTube videos, if you don't comment on my artwork, if you guys don't comment on my books, then guess what? I'm dead. I'm dead to everybody. So my life has literally zero meaning. And don't give me this suggestion, oh, just do it for yourself. It's because you enjoy it. Go for pride. Only care about yourself. Don't give a damn about other people. You know what? If I actually started thinking like that, I think I would start becoming Keith Ledger Joker. I would start killing people at that point. So no, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do that. I am not gonna stop. I'm not gonna like go like, oh, I'm not gonna care about other people and just do things because I enjoy it. That's not happening. You guys need to shut the fuck up and actually know what you're talking about. And don't give me this, oh, you just need to touch grass. You know what? Put your fucking face in the grass yourselves, you dumb motherfuckers. Because it doesn't help. It won't help. Because it doesn't. Petting an animal doesn't help. Talking with people helps. Actually, using your voice actually helps. But you guys are not doing that. You're not taking your time with other people. You're not showing you actually care about other people. Doing nothing shows you don't care. Doing nothing is a choice. That's the problem that I have with you people. That's what I hate so much about human society now, is that we only care about ourselves. We have the self empowerment bullshit that we only like. I'm sorry to go off on another rant, but I'm just so sick and tired of it. I'm really am about to crash out in more ways than one, and the way I might crash out make the world even more emptier than it already is. If you guys have any questions about my YouTube channels and more about how I record things or where I'm recording things or how things have gone, any questions at all, I will answer them down in the comments below. So please, for the love of God, just use your words. Actually type, things. Don't just look at it and then walk away and pretend it doesn't exist. Because that is something that you guys have been doing for years. At least over 7 years. 9 years, actually. I would say about, what? Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say only 7 years. Well, anyways, that's all I have to say. Please like and subscribe. And please, for the love of God, comment. Because this is Zerduku signing out for now.